All right, welcome back everybody. This is Kevin again. In this lesson, I'm going to be walking you through account and inventory management, which pretty much go hand in hand, so let's jump right in. I know you guys have already seen this slide in another lesson, so presenting it here again just shows how important it is to keep your account healthy. Follow these 4 criteria on the screen closely, and you'll pretty much be on your way to be building a profitable buy box filled Amazon business. Today, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into showing you how you can actually access the metrics in your dashboard. So this is the account health dashboard. The way you navigate towards there is to just go onto your Seller Central homepage. On the top menu, there's a performance tab. Go ahead and hover over that drop down and click account health. And it'll lead you to this page. Here, there are a bunch of customer service, product policy, and shipping performance metrics. What I want to focus on today, though, is just the shipping performance. There are 3 metrics here. They're pretty much self-explanatory, but I'll go through them real quickly. Late shipment rate, this is something you could pretty much avoid just by shipping and processing scanned tracking codes, dropping them to Amazon and confirming shipment on time, just to make sure that Amazon knows that things are going out and the customer will be notified. Keeping this under 4% shouldn't be an issue. Pre-fulfillment cancel rate, the second one, this pretty much means that you'll cancel an order on the customer's behalf. Do not ever do this. We have a tactic in the next lessons to actually be able to get this to always sit at 0. This one, keeping it under that 2.5% mark is very doable, but if you exceed that, this is a great risk to actually getting your account shut down. So we're going to teach you in the next lessons how to avoid this, but this is something that you should watch very closely on. And once we teach you this very simple strategy, you'll pretty much never have to worry about this part again. Lastly, valid tracking rate, keeping it over 95% is actually one of the more difficult things. This is something that you shouldn't be too worried about if it dips way below that 95%. Obviously, you don't want to get to that 60, 70 threshold, but I've seen accounts that have that sort of 80% mark and still be fine. This means that you're just not putting in blank tracking codes, the wrong tracking codes. And we'll actually teach you a strategy where you actually have to keep this one, where you actually have to put in different tracking codes or let's say non-proper tracking codes just to keep all your metrics safe except this one. So we'll be walking you through that in the next lessons. But this is, again, just your account dashboard, product policy compliance, this one in the middle. These are things that actually Amazon continuously expands. Don't be too worried if you get several of these. These are potentially sellers just wanting to complain about your account selling too much, so don't be too worried about this. Customer performance feedbacks, this stuff should be fine as long as you're keeping it on track. Chargeback claims, making sure you're fighting those properly. A to Z claims, making sure that you're servicing those properly. And we'll teach you how to do that in all the other lessons. This is a sales tracker sheet that we have just to keep a good bookkeeping, a good accounting of how exactly your Amazon store is doing, right? And this is just a screenshot of a sample template, a sample spreadsheet that you could potentially use. So take a screenshot of it now. And down the line, we could see we're definitely going to be able to provide some type of Google tracking sheet template that you guys could just download and adopt. But it's a very simple process, right? It's listing out the product name, the ASIN, the supplier that you're going to purchase it from, listing out your Amazon orders, the name of the product, and just keeping an accounting of how much money, how much profit your account is actually making. So it's very simple. How much you buy the product for, how much you're selling the product for, also taking into account that 15% Amazon fee. And in this case, we also add back cash back bonuses that we get to actually get an accurate calculation of just exactly how much profit you're making. This is a good template to start, a good foundation to have. So if you want to borrow this, by all means, go ahead. But one thing that we do stress is that as your business grows, as you start to see more and more differences, you should actually be customizing this entire spreadsheet to see how it fits your business. Lastly, this is just a spreadsheet that we wanted you guys to have just so you guys understand that there are price changes when it comes to products, right? Just because a product price is listed online from Walmart at X amount of dollars doesn't mean it can go up or go down the following week. So making it a habit to actually list out all your products and having this in a nice little spreadsheet for you to check on a routine basis. So this is something that you could potentially check on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. This is something that you can hire a VA to continuously check for you. But this, keep in mind, is we're providing this spreadsheet and this template for you guys because we understand in the beginning of your business, you're not going to be able to afford software automation, and you might need to do things a little bit manually. So this is a great way to start. Again, this template, the headers on this are very, very standard, very common. Having the name of the product, what the ASIN is, the price is, making sure that the supplier price is continuously accurate, and just having a formula there to be able to calculate out that margin properly just makes a lot of sense. Now, this is something that you guys should be building a habit of doing. I stress that you guys run this like a business at the end of the day, right? This is something that you guys need to focus on. This is something that you guys will need to check in as you scale your business. You can either outsource it completely, or we can introduce some software to you for this to be an automated process. But as with any software, this costs money. And we want to be extremely cognizant that when you're just starting off, you don't want to spend a ton of money. You maybe don't have the resources. So we want to teach you just strategies and tactics to be able to do it without spending that additional capital. So this concludes the lesson for today. We want to stress that, again, it's about keeping your account safe. And it's about just understanding the numbers of your business, making sure your bookkeeping is solid, make sure your profit margins and your products that you've listed are still there. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in today's lesson, and I'll see you guys on the next.